Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I'm outside a house flip that we are just getting started working on. This is one I've shown before. It's out in the country with a few acres on it. Big house with an addition, and I mean relatively big. It used to be much smaller, and it will need some work. We also are trying to figure out if we want to rework the floor plan or not. So we try not to do that because it can bring in a lot of different issues and added costs. But right now this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath without a real master bedroom. And it's got, I think it's over 2,000 square feet on the main floor, or real close to it. And so for a house this big, it sure would be nice to have a real master bedroom. So we're trying to figure out how we can do that or not. So our plumber is just out here. We've got our contractors who have started working on it. And we'll show you the floor plan ideas. I just actually drew up all the dimensions and everything so I can kind of give you a visual too on what the floor plan looks like. And it's kind of a neat property out here. And these properties are so expensive right now. We're in northern Colorado area. And so we paid, was it $350 for this? Which was a great deal, but it will need some work. And it's probably worth in the $700,000 range once all is said and done. And some of the land does go into the farmer's land. He's been farming alfalfa, but not sure how to handle with that. And there's a highway here that's a little bit busy, but not too crazy busy. I did some drone footage too. I got my drone out so we can show you what it looks like from up above as well. So love the comments, love the likes, love to hear what you think. And we'll walk through the house, show you the progress it's made, and some of our ideas about what to do. Here is what the property looks like from the drone. That is a 2-lane highway on the left. It's a little bit busy, but not crazy busy. And south of the property, which is where I was just looking, is actually farmland that is part of the property, but it's being farmed. So honestly, it helps keep the land in good shape and no weeds growing, things like that. But at some point, if someone wanted to use that land, they're gonna have a talk with the farmer and be like, hey, this is our land. You can't farm this anymore. Who knows how that will go? We haven't talked to him, and it may be an issue. It may not be an issue, but it's very clear that we got to. One of the stipulations of me buying this property was getting either a survey or a or ILC, which is an improvement location certificate, shows where the buildings are compared to where the land boundaries are. So this house was added on to the it was a basic 1,000 square foot ranch when it was first built, and then the southwest side of the property, which would be your left, the center of the property, was added onto at some point. Then at some point the porch was turned into a sunroom. Obviously the shop was added onto it as well at some point. I do show the shop in my first video as well, which I'll link to below. And so it's a much larger house than it used to be. Pretty good size, and I think the floor plan is workable. It just needs some tweaks and changes, I think, to make it a much more functional floor plan. You can see our people have started. We've got the dumpster there, and it is overgrown a little bit at this point, but it's in the country. Nobody's going to find us or complain about it. We can get those weeds mowed down at some point. And if we mow them down right now, they're just going to grow again. So there's really no point in mowing them down at the moment, except for maybe finding rattlesnakes, which are in this area. So the roof is decent. We had the well checked out, had the septic checked out, all those things done, which was nice. It was a property on the MLS, a multiple listing service, which gave me a chance to check out some of those things before buying it. On a country property like this, you definitely have a few more things to check out than just a regular house in town that's got city water, city sewer, and you don't have to worry about those things. So those can be, high expense items. It has a well. That can be very expensive if you have to do work on the well. Septics can be very expensive as well. So it's good to get all those checked out. So this also has, as you saw outside, a shop and a garage, which is nice. And the video, I'll try to link to it below. If I forget, let me know. But I'll link to the video below that shows what the property looked like when I first bought it. And this was for sale on the MLS. So this was on for sale for a while. They started at like 600 and some thousand and just kept lowering it. And so I called the agent, talked to him. He told me to make an offer. They really wanted to sell it, and that's what we did. You can see this door will need to be replaced. It's rotten. That door, we might be able to save that door. Trying to figure that out now. That door over there is rotten. Have to save that. And this is part of the addition of the house. This was kind of wood before, but it wasn't in very good shape. So we decided to paint it. We'll see how that turns out. It's got a tile floor, which we are trying to save. And then yeah, here we go back into the main part of the house. So here's your kitchen, the old house over there, living room, and we'll talk about what we might do with the floor plan there. That's where I walked in through the garage right there, closet, bar area, and then so over here, another closet and laundry, which is nice. Obviously, the skylight needs some work, but it's got a nice mudroom, laundry, and then another bath over here. And so it's got 2 baths, but obviously it's not a master bath. It is just kind of a mudroom coming from the country bath. So back over here, this line right here is where the original house was. So you can see where the hardwood was, and this is where they just put plywood on. So that's something else we have to think about, is what to do with the flooring. If we try to refinish this hardwood on one side and do something else here, you could maybe put hardwood in over here if there's enough support down there for it. If there's not, that could be tricky with different levels of hardwood. Before, they just had carpet on everything. So we don't have to make that decision yet, but flooring will be a little tricky in this house, figuring out what to do, where to go. They had tile right there, which we covered up for now. We may or may not keep that. So we'll see. Obviously, we're painting the cabinets here, and big kitchen, nice cabinets. They're solid wood, so we decided to keep those, and it'd be very, very expensive to replace all the cabinets in this whole kitchen. And you can see right here, I didn't notice that before, those are obviously custom built in place. They aren't individual cabinets. So that's interesting. They're all like that. Look at that. Okay. And then it does have a pretty sweet pantry too. Lots of shelving. And one thing too, there's no back door. Lots of front doors, no back door. From the garage, in this area, that's your bathroom, your kitchen. So there's no good place to put a back door either, unless we put it in that room, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So, original house, like I said, started here, went that direction. All this on this side was an addition. So it is a big property. You can see the cove ceilings that it had when it was built, and you would have walked in. This would have been your dining room. Your kitchen was over here. You can see the old, where the cabinets would have been. Your living room, and then you'd have 3 bedrooms back here. So we're trying to figure out if there's a good way to rework these rooms. So I have a floor plan drawn out. This room is 10 by 12, right here. This room is like 10 by 10, maybe, if you count this kind of offset area here. Then there's the weird bathroom, which we've shown you before, which is 5 by 7, small bathroom, weird bathroom. And this bedroom is 10 by 10. So it's got, 3 small bedrooms, which these 60s, 70s ranches had no real master. So we're trying to figure out if we combine some of these rooms, if we take out, this wall here, add a bathroom somewhere, if that will make sense. If we take out a wall there, where we put a bathroom there. And the other possibility too is possibly closing off this area here, which is kind of just a third living area, and making that a master bedroom, putting a bathroom maybe over there. Those are all kinds of things we're considering right now. We could even consider taking out this bedroom completely and, changing where the hallway is and giving more space to a master bedroom over in this area. So that's what we're thinking about right now. As you can see, we're getting started painting, doing those things they can do now. And that's the screen door making all the crazy noises. I was trying to figure that out for a while. So there's a basement too. I showed that in the first video, going right down there. We're not going to do much down there, if anything. And yeah, so we're working on this, which is nice. Be nice to get this one done, get it listed. And love to hear your ideas on floor plan, what you think we should do. So let us know. We'll have more updates on this one, our other flips, commercial properties, businesses, all that good stuff. Should have more laundromat news here coming up soon. Love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. Keep those coming. And yeah, love seeing new subscribers as well. Take care.